Hey, we've got a special guest joining us on the line this morning here in the Pike studio, a guy that you know from so many different great bands over the years, and for the last 15 years, big man with Foreigner. Good morning, Jeff Pilson.
Well, good morning, and I feel so honored to be a special guest. I can't tell you.
Jeff, I know you and I were pretty close to the same age, so we probably bring love.
31.
Nice try, buddy. We were probably around the same age when Foreigner broke through, and I'm willing to bet that you fell in love with them fast, just like I did.
I did. Great songs. It was hard rock, but it had great melody, great guitar playing, great singing. I loved it.
And, you know, that was a combination that I don't think we had heard a lot of before. I mean, it's a great description of the fact that Foreigner really had that harder edge. But the melodies and the lyrics, too, they were just so much fun. You couldn't help but sing along. Now, when the group broke through, let's see, Jeff probably just turned 18, and you already had aspirations of being a big rock and roller someday. Am I right?
Oh, of course, of course.
So it all began for Jeff Pilson at what point? I mean, long before Dio, I'm thinking. Let's go back. We're talking 80s, early, mid-80s maybe?
That would be my time in Dokken, of course.
Okay.
I joined Dokken in 83. Dokken was a slower build than some of the other L.A. bands, you know, like Motley Crue and Rat. But we definitely built, and that was my first exposure to national and then even eventually international, I wouldn't say stardom, but, you know, acclaim, I guess. And, yeah, that was kind of my first cracking through.
I've always been afraid of the word stardom, although the one I like even less is the word legendary. I remember one time somebody tried to use that word with me, and I said, look, to be legendary, you have to have one foot in the grave. Not there yet. Hey, now, Dokken obviously had a very strong influence in your early career. You were a kid, but that really probably shaped a lot of your musical stylings and tastes, did it not?
Well, I would say it gave me a lot of lessons. I don't know if it shaped my tastes necessarily.
All right.
But it certainly taught me a lot of lessons about the business. We got to work with a lot of amazing people. And it was a great place to learn, you know, songwriting. And I mean, everybody in the band wrote. So I learned a lot about songwriting in that band. And it was just a really good, positive, all-around experience for me.
And it wasn't that much later that you moved on to work with one of the great folks in this business, the late Ronnie James Dio. Those must have been really good years, huh?
That was a very exciting time in my life. I mean, Ronnie was such an inspiration, such a tremendous musician, and a very dear friend. So
right.
That was a very special time. I will cherish that for my entire life.
It's kind of hard to believe it's been almost 10 years since he's been gone. It seems like yesterday.
The 9, yeah. It'll be 9 May 10th.
May 10th, that's right. And we're speaking this morning with Jeff Pilson as we get set for the arrival of Foreigner at the Hanover Theater. That's coming up on May the 9th. You've been with Foreigner for, about 15 years now, right?
Correct.
How did it come to pass that you wound up working with Mick and with Bonham and with the guys?
Well, yeah, actually through Bonham, as a matter of fact, because, you know, Jason Bonham,
right?
He and I were in a movie in 2001 called Rockstar. And in the movie, we played in the fictional band together. But, you know, we also became friends, and we recorded the soundtrack for the movie together.
Yep.
So we spent a lot of time together in the studio and working together. We even wrote a song together. And so we established a good rapport. So when he started working with Mick in 2004, he called me up. They called me up and said, hey, you want to come down? And I did. And chemistry was immediate, and I've been here ever since.
How heavy a schedule has the group been keeping since you've been with them, especially in recent years? You guys doing a lot of shows, are you?
We do like 120 shows a year.
Wow.
Sometimes we've even done more. I mean, it's been a crazy flurry of activity these last several years. But the demand is there, so we're just really excited that people want to see the band, and we're out there playing and promoting as much as we possibly can.
I guess, then, that you probably know the insides of tour buses and airports better than you know your own home these days.
I kind of do, you're right.
Tell me, without giving away any secrets, during the course of the show, do you wander outside the Foreigner library at all? I mean, you certainly don't have to.
We don't really need to, no. There's been moments when we've done little things here and there, but as a rule, there are so many Foreigner songs. I mean, we had 16 top 30 songs.
Yeah, that's astounding.
So the difficulty in writing the set list is what songs do we leave out?
The entire Bay State is ready to throw its arms open to welcome you, so we'll look forward to seeing you when you get to town. Again, the show's coming up Thursday night, May 9th, at the Hanover Theater. Foreigner live on stage. And I really thank you for taking the time to talk with us this morning, Jeff. I really appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure, man. It's been great, and look forward to seeing you again soon.